and I congratulate the honourable gentleman for North Antrim for securing this urgent question, although I quite agree that it should have been the case that the government should have offered this important subject up as a statement to the House. The House, of course, has still not yet seen the full detail of the trade agreement with the United States of America. The Secretary of State has just said this is just the beginning. But on what we have so far, there are still a great many questions unanswered, including on what are clearly ongoing negotiations around pharmaceuticals. The Secretary of State said in his answer just now that the UK will have significantly preferential rates. But what does that actually mean in practice? Where is the actual detail around what significantly preferential rates actually means? And likewise, similar questions on the digital services tax. Last week, my honourable friend, the Shadow Secretary of State for Business and Trade, asked the Trade Minister a straight question. Will this trade agreement protect the special status of Northern Ireland? The Minister was unable to provide an answer then, and I remain unconvinced by what the Secretary of State has had to say today. Still with lots of talk of risks of goods entering the European Union. Clearly, this is a far more complex situation than the Secretary of State would like us to accept. As the honourable member for North Antrim made clear, the EU is still hugely influential in Northern Ireland trade law, and the points that he made, for example, on steel were very accurate and deserve clear answers. It is clear this deal will have a number of implications on the precise function of the dual customs regime. Yet businesses in Northern Ireland have been left in the dark too long by the lack of detail from last week's announcement. I would therefore, Mr. Speaker, be grateful if the Minister could confirm what discussions he has had with his US and EU counterparts on rules of origin and the Green Lane in Northern Ireland. What specific measures are the government implementing to ensure that Northern Ireland businesses are not disproportionately burdened by increased costs and administrative complexities as a result of this trade agreement? And finally, Mr. Speaker, given the Prime Minister is gearing up for his surrender summit with the European Union next week, can the Secretary of State confirm that there will be no backsliding on Northern Ireland's integral, absolute and total part of our United Kingdom?